Hey everybody, welcome to episode 17 of Reach for the Firefighter Badge. My name is Steve Prziborowski and I want to share some lessons learned over the years to help benefit you, the future firefighter. Episode 17 is going to discuss basic necessities for the firefighter candidate. In short, things that a successful firefighter candidate will have and will be doing to ensure that they set themselves up for success in their pursuit of the badge. As a reminder, my two websites, code3firetraining.com and chabotfire.com, both have free stuff links with valuable information for all ranks of fire personnel, whether you're currently on the job or you want to be on the job and you want to be the best that you can be. So lots of valuable information within. These webinars are based on two of the three books that I've had published. Number one, The Future Firefighter's Preparation Guide, and then number two, Reach for the Firefighter Badge, both separate but distinct books that complement each other and help you, the future firefighter, be the best that you can be for the next time that you go through the process. So, basic necessities for the firefighter candidate. Let's start with the simple things. Computer access. I mean, thankfully in today's world, more and more people have access to computers, whether or not you have them at home. Libraries are out there. I know during this coronavirus pandemic, things are a little challenging with libraries, but computers are thankfully more readily available. Also, you need a computer primarily for a number of reasons, but the primary reason is most departments today require you to file your application online. In years past, you would go down in person, you would fill out the application on a typewriter. I know there's people who go, what the heck is a typewriter? I get it. I hated typewriters, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. But today's world, you fill out your firefighter application typically on the computer. So that, I guess, is a plus because you can do it from wherever you want to. But you got to have computer access. You also got to have computer familiarity. Simply put, as a firefighter, firefighting is a blue-collar job. I mean, most of the work of a firefighter is using their hands, obviously using their brain and their heart too, but it's a physical job that requires typically not a lot of, say, white-collar work. Now, white-collar work, when you go from firefighter to engineer, engineer drives the rig, you're still doing a lot of hands-on stuff. But when you get promoted from firefighter or engineer to captain or company officer, as it's called, and now you're supervising the engine, the truck company, the rescue company, it's still a blue-collar job, but you're more of a supervisory person now, supervisor, leader, and so forth. So especially if you have a desire to become a captain, you need to have understanding about computers. Just in simple, how to do email, how to send attachments, how to use Microsoft Word in the simplest format, how to use Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. Now, you may go, why do I need to do all those things? Well, especially even if you're a firefighter, you still need to be familiar with Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Because as a firefighter, you may have no desire to promote to captain or higher. That's fine. We need great firefighters. We need great engineers. We need great people at every rank. Not everyone should promote. But even as a firefighter, you are the leader. Excuse me, you are a leader. You have the potential for leadership. It's not about rank. It's not about title. So some of our best proposals or ideas have come from the firefighter ranks, not from the top, but from the firefighter ranks. Well, if you are a firefighter or engineer and you want to put a proposal together to maybe, start a new program, start a water rescue program, or maybe change from this tool to that type of tool, or do something, usually you have to put together a proposal. And a proposal is usually done, obviously, on a computer, and usually like in Microsoft Word. So you got to have a familiarity with Microsoft, with software packages such as Word, maybe Excel, and even PowerPoint, because maybe you put together a Word document and maybe you're going to go in front of the chiefs. You better have a PowerPoint presentation. Thankfully, in today's world, with the internet so readily available for so many, it's easy to learn about a lot of these things. If you want to learn more about Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or even computer use, start Googling. I mean, there's a lot of things for free out there. And you also have to have access to reliable technology. When I say reliable technology, it's one thing when you're filling out your job application online. It's another thing if you're doing testing, like right now, because of the coronavirus pandemic that we're dealing with at the college, especially, we've switched to a lot of online tests. So one of the biggest reasons people struggle with tests is not because of they can access it with their computer, they can log into it on the college Canvas or Blackboard site, but they're using an unstable Wi-Fi, and that's the challenge. So when I say reliable technology, if you're taking a final exam for college, EMT, paramedic, you probably don't want to rely on Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi can be hit or miss. So if possible, try to get a, stable, secure, drawing a blank right now, internet access line that is not Wi-Fi. That's your best, because when I got students, because we tell our students day one in the college, it's like, hey, when you're taking your tests, try to have a hardwired computer connection. Go to the college library, use their computers. Go to your local library, use those computers that are usually hardwired and not wireless, because all it takes is one little blip. The next thing you know, your test is shut down and you can't re-access it. And then you're having to reach out to your instructor and say, hey, can you reset my test? We do those things, but you got to have reliable technology, especially for the critical things. So we'll leave it at that. But simple things. I remember one of our firefighters years ago wanted to become a captain firefighter, and this was maybe 10, 15 years ago. All firefighters had email access. And I remember he's like, well, Chief, I'm not really good at computers. I go, well, dude, you want to be a captain, right? And he's like, yeah, well, then you better get good at computers. And he's like, well, come on, Chief. And we were talking about something, and it was a different subject. You go, hey, well, just email that to me and just send it to me as an attachment. I asked him to take a picture of something, and he goes, yeah. I go, email it and send it as attachment. The same guy looks at me. He's like, huh, Chief? He goes, I know how to email people, because he can hit reply and he can type, but he goes, I don't know how to send an attachment. I'm like, the little paper clip at the top. And he's like, huh? And I'm thinking, okay, dude, if you want to become a captain, even a firefighter in today's world in the year 2020 needs to understand how to basic email. And in all honesty, basic email is not just replying and reading, but also sending attachments, troubleshooting things, because computers are everywhere, especially at the fire department. Most firehouses have multiple computers, maybe iPads. The rigs have usually computers, cell phones, smartphones, technology. You got to be comfortable with this stuff to troubleshoot these things. So we'll leave it at that. Necessity number 2 for anyone that wants to become a firefighter. Everyone pretty much has an email address. That's not a surprise in today's world. And pretty much everybody has some type of voicemail. Well, look at the keywords: professional email address and then voicemail greeting. So professional email address, professional voicemail greeting. When's the last time you've checked your voicemail greeting? It's not uncommon for me to have students reach out from around the country, or future students want to be firefighters, because my contact information is on the website. Say, hey, Steve, hey, Chief, I want to be a firefighter. Please give me a call when you get a chance. And of course, I call their number back. And then of course, the voicemail greeting is not that professional. When I say professional, it should just be, hi, you've called, you've reached Steve, or you've reached whoever, I'm unavailable. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you, or whatever, but just professional. But then we all have those friends, and maybe it's even us, when you call their voicemail, it's something like, pause. Hey, I got you. Sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. Ha ha, sucker. Or, hey, yo, with the music playing in the background, whether it's, I don't know what playing in the background. We've all probably called those voicemails and you're like, is it really somebody there? Or did I get the right number? And they don't even say who they are. It's just maybe the music thumping, and then, hey, leave a message. Maybe I'll get back to you. Think about this. You're a fire chief. You're calling a candidate to offer a job, someone to hit the lottery. Because think about it, becoming a firefighter is hitting the lottery in today's world. You're the fire chief and you call that person and you're like, did I get the right person? Because they didn't even say their name. At least if you call in Tom Jones and you're, hi, this is Tom Jones, or Tom, I'm unavailable, please leave a message. Hey, Tom, this is Fire Chief Steve Prziborowski. I'm just, give me a call back when you get a chance. I'd like to talk to you about a position with our department. Have a great day, blah, blah. But we've all had those messages that we've had to leave or call people, and I'm like, I don't even know if it's the right person, so I'm not going to maybe say anything at all. Or it's like, okay, if I'm trying to give a job offer and that's the way the person's representing themselves, how are they going to be on the job? And I know you say, well, that's their off-duty time. They can do what they want off-duty. Yeah, that's true, as long as it's obviously legal and so forth. But the point is, people don't change. If that's the way you are off-duty, you're probably going to be the same on duty, and that's the way you're representing the department. I mean, you're going to be on that fire engine, that fire truck, wearing the uniform, the patch, the badge, representing the department, the community, your brothers and your sisters. So have a professional voicemail greeting. It doesn't have to be that difficult, but just professionalize it. Be an adult. Professional email address, the simplest professional email address is like your first name and last name. You know, John.Jones at whatever. But again, I see so many email addresses and I just go, oh my gosh, Sharon. I know a lot of these email addresses are probably when maybe people were 13, 14, 15, and you want to be cool. I get it. But I know nobody looks to the future sometimes and goes, oh God, why did I do that? You know, because here's the problem. We all know email addresses. It sucks having to change an email address. You know, you get that email address that you like, and then I don't want to change it because now I got to let everyone know and I don't want to miss anything important. But you know what? Have a professional email address. You can't go wrong with it. So necessity number 3 for the firefighter candidate, funding source. And I use the term in parentheses, legal. And I say that because I had one person one time that literally wanted to be a firefighter. Then, you know, we're talking about stuff. And when I talked about employment, he's like, well, how, you know, he goes, really? He goes, all my work, basically it sounds like he was a drug dealer, for just to cut to the chase. And he was struggling with how to put that on his application because he was a self-employed drug dealer. Okay. And it's like, but he wanted to be a firefighter. But I mean, he was making good money, but he's like, well, how do I put that on the resume? And I'm like, well, you really, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dude, but you really can't put it on the resume. He goes, well, I don't want to have a big gap there. I was like, well, yeah, but you also don't want to lie or bullshit or do anything else. I go, you're going to have a tough road here, dude. So you got to have a funding source, meaning a JOB. And you may say, why do I need a JOB? Number one, you need a JOB for at least work track record, because when you're a fire chief looking to hire someone, you want someone that you're going to bring on that understands the meaning of WORK, work, and hard work, because it is a physical job that requires hard work at all hours of the day. You know, it's not for the faint at heart or weak of heart or whatever else. So it's nice to be able to show that you have some work experience so you understand what, you know, rolling up your sleeves and getting dirty entails. Many people don't, unfortunately. But besides that, you also need a funding source, because if you want to work for a fire department, odds are you're going to have to visit that department multiple times, maybe to take a written test, maybe to do the oral interview, to visit firehouses on different days, to maybe drop off your application if they don't do it online, to maybe show up for your chief's interview, your background investigation, your medical evaluation, your psychological evaluation, all at different times, different days. So all of those require obviously fuel for your vehicle, or if you don't have a vehicle, Uber, Lyft, or whatever. All of them require fuel, maintenance costs for your vehicle. You're going to need funding to obviously have attire, and we'll talk about attire in a little bit here, professional looking attire. You're going to have to be able to afford taking a day off work sometimes, maybe to go to an interview. And you know, you got to put food on the table, and maybe even if you're by yourself and you don't have a family per se, you still got to have money to make money, as they say. So you got to have a funding source to help you out. Maybe you can work full-time, maybe it's part-time, but there's benefits to obviously working. Necessity number 4, clean professional appearance. Whether you're visiting a firehouse or whether you're showing up for the written test, the oral interview, the background investigation, that's why I say you got to have at least one professional outfit. And I say professional outfit, something you would wear to a funeral, something you'd wear to a wedding, something that you would wear and be proud of at a very, I mean, you don't need like a black tie suit, not that formal, but like for men, one nice professional looking suit. And I know people say, well, I don't want to look like everybody else. Well, you know what? That's okay. Don't worry about it. Have a nice professional suit that you could wear on multiple occasions. And I know in today's world, everyone has different dress standards, and it's easier to look at some of the high-tech companies and say, well, they wear shorts and they wear, you know, tank tops to, you know, Google, Facebook, whatever, a company that's high-tech. Right, that's a different culture, that's a different environment. We're the fire department, for example, and we're going to require you to wear a uniform. We're going to require you to wear a uniform. We're going to require you to have grooming standards, whatever those are. We're going to require you to look professional while in the uniform. Most departments, some departments obviously don't care based on pictures that you see, but hey, most departments require you to have professional appearance. So your key is when you present yourself, as they say, you know, you don't have a second chance to make a first impression. So even when you're going to visit a firehouse, look professional, you know, besides fire department shirts, baseball shirts, I have a lot of concert shirts, different types of music I enjoy, hard rock, heavy metal. You know, if I was doing a station visit, I probably would not wear my Metallica or my Slayer shirt to visit a firehouse. That's just not probably professional. Nothing against the music. I know we're entitled to our opinions and our different styles that we enjoy or different types of music, but you know what? That's probably not professional. I'd probably try to wear something, you know, maybe like a polo shirt, if, you know, shorts, maybe not, maybe jeans. You know, you don't have to wear a suit to a station visit, but you can't go wrong either if you're a male, and if you're a, you know, female, dressing up appropriately, whether it's a pantsuit or very appropriate, you know, dress or other type of attire that looks professional. And I say professional, I mean business professional or business casual. And you can Google do a Google search. There's a lot of resources out there in the internet. But anyway, clean professional appearance, which includes hair, facial, grooming, and so forth. Most departments, as I mentioned, will not allow you to wear a beard or a goatee while you're on duty. So you know what? If you don't want to part with it, don't be a firefighter, or find those few departments that do allow beards and, you know, goatees. There's a few of them out there, but if you don't want to part with them, maybe this isn't the career for you. But if you do want to become a firefighter, you know what? Might as well just make a clean break, shave that stuff off right away. I mean, I'm not trying to be discriminatory. I'm not trying to be biased, but you can't walk into your oral interview, you know, maybe with a full beard, full ponytail, which is nothing wrong with that, and wearing maybe a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops, your oral interview, and say, hey, you know what? Please hire me as a firefighter. You know, this is what I can offer the department. Well, walk the walk and talk the talk. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Necessity number 5 for firefighter candidates: reliable transportation. Again, you don't have to own a vehicle. I mean, nothing says you have to, or maybe you can't afford to. I get it. But you got to have some transportation because, again, as I mentioned, you have to maybe show up to drop an application off, show up to visit firehouses, take the written test, the physical ability, the oral interview, the chief's interview, the background. You got to have transportation, whether it's ride sharing services, whether it's friends, whether it's family members, whether it's yourself. You know what? You can't leave things to chance. So make sure you have a backup plan at all times. Because again, your interview, say, is scheduled for 1 p.m. and your car breaks down, or your Uber gets canceled, or you get an accident or something else. Most departments don't have a lot of sympathy because they have too many other candidates. And, you know, you call them up and say, hey, I can't make my 1 o'clock appointment, I'm late. Or you don't even call them at all. You just show up at 1:30. Hey, sorry, I was late. The car broke down. You don't get a second chance sometimes. It's nothing personal, but you know what? There's plenty of other candidates. So the key on transportation, especially when you're showing up, is try to leave early and try to always have a backup plan. I mean, when I go to the airport, for example, to travel, years past before TSA and before all the checkpoints, yeah, I'd be the guy that shows up a half hour, 15 minutes before the plane leaves. But in today's world, if I'm flying back east, if I have a department that's paying me to provide, say, leadership training or officer development training for the department, they're paying good money to fly me out there. You know, I'm not gonna show up at the airport an hour in advance. I'm gonna try to get to the airport with plenty of time in advance to make it. I mean, I was taking an Uber to the airport one time with, you know, a couple hours to spare, and my Uber had a flat tire. I've never had that happen. I'm like, here we are about 20 minutes from the San Francisco airport, like at 5 in the morning. And obviously the Uber driver's like, I got a flat tire, dude. And I'm like, oh crap. And I'm looking at my watch, and I got to get to the airport to go back east to teach the next day. And there's not a lot of other flights I could take. And, you know, but thank God for technology. 5 in the morning off of Freeway 280, I get out, get my ride sharing app. You know, the Uber guys go, you probably want to call another ride share. So I had another Uber there within like 15 minutes, and it was seamless. Within about 15 minutes, throw my bags in the next Uber there, wave goodbye to the guy. It wasn't his fault. He had a flat tire. You know, when I got to the airport, didn't even miss a beat. But I planned, I had technology available on my smartphone. So I have Uber, I have Lyft, you know, I have a plan B, a plan C. And you know what? It worked out. But to some, that would have been like they'd be dead in the water. But you know what? Things happen, but always have a backup plan. Necessity number 6 for the firefighter candidate: dress attire. As I've touched obviously on professional attire, you can't go wrong. Men, you can't go wrong with one nice suit. And I'll talk about men for a second here. one nice suit, and maybe at least two dress shirts and maybe two ties. And I say two because it's not uncommon. If you really want to become a firefighter and you're making a full-time job to become a firefighter, meaning you're always out there taking tests, applying for departments, getting your name out there and doing things to get the career, it's not uncommon to maybe have an oral interview, say on Monday at 2 p.m. and then maybe Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., another oral interview with another department. I mean, those things happen. So unless you can get that shirt that you wore home, and not everyone knows how to iron. I mean, I don't know how to iron. I couldn't do it to save my life. Not to say I couldn't learn or shouldn't learn, but again, if you can iron, great. You can, clean your shirt, wash your shirt, iron it, and have it ready for the next day. But for people that can't iron, you better have a spare shirt. And please don't be that person. Well, I wore the shirt on Tuesday. I mean, Monday, I'll wear it on Tuesday. I mean, it's all wrinkled and, well, it's underneath my suit. No one knows. Don't leave anything to chance. Have a backup plan. Or what happens if you spill something on it? You spill something in your shirt, your tie, have that backup plan. You can't go wrong. If nothing else, it'll help you stay positive and help you stay focused versus, oh, hopefully don't notice this coffee stain on my shirt here. You don't want that stress. You don't need that stress. For women, same thing too. Have at least ideally two outfits that you can wear. Again, depending, you may have multiple events on the same day, on different days. You don't have time to get them dry cleaned or washed or whatever else. Try to have different professional attire. And you know what? You can't go wrong. It's money well spent for the future, if nothing else. And again, I'm not a fashion expert, as I'm in shorts and a t-shirt right now because it's my off day. Yeah, if I'm on work on duty, I'm wearing my uniform. And if it's my off day like it is today, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. But again, don't look for me for fashion advice. Do your own homework. Necessity number 7, extremely positive can-do attitude. To me, when I talk to folks about preparing for the oral interview, I always try to break it down, simply put, in this simple manner. Those that are successful on their oral interview, which is usually 100% of their score, usually their success is for a few key things. They come in there with a smile on their face. They have a lot of enthusiasm. They have a lot of passion. They are very positive and they're very can-do. There is no, well, that's not my job, or no, I can't do that, I won't do that. No, they're positive, can-do, smile on their face. They know themselves inside and out. Literally know themselves inside and out. It's only you can do that. They know the department inside and out, so they've done their homework and their research, and they know the community inside and out. They also know the industry, the fire service industry nationwide inside out, because they've done their homework and their research. So if you can come into a interview with, or anytime you interact with firefighters, chiefs interview, the written test, have that positive can-do attitude, you're going to rise to the top. Think about it. Many people are positive, but then a lot of them are not, especially when they let their guard down and they start talking. I see a lot of people, especially outside the interview, and they shake your hand when I'm walking them in the room to do their interview. And then as soon as they sit down in the chair, nerves get the best of them, or they panic. And then all of a sudden the smile is like, they're scared. And it's like, we get you're scared, we get you're nervous. But again, try to have a smile on your face. Positivity is going to go a long way in life, especially in today's challenging times. Necessity number 8 for the firefighter candidate. Excellent soft skills. I've used this term a number of times in the past webinars, and I'll use it again. You do Google search on what employers are looking for. Yeah, what employers are looking for. Not just government employers like fire departments or cities, but also private industry. Employers across the country are struggling to find applicants with soft skills, excellent soft skills. There's a lot of candidates that have hard skills, meaning, hey, I got my EMT, I got my fire academy, I got my degree, okay. Those are good, but the soft skills are what employers are looking for today and struggling to find. And soft skills, do some searching, Google that stuff. But soft skills, some examples of soft skills: listening skills, oral, written, and interpersonal communication skills, problem-solving skills, decision-making skills, critical thinking skills, and or ability. Basically, people skills 101. And I know some people that say, we're just hiring a firefighter. We're not hiring a fire chief or a deputy chief. Well, okay, newsflash. Where do we get our fire chiefs from? They start out usually as firefighters. Where do we get our deputies, our assistant, our division chiefs, our battalion chiefs, our captains? They all start out as firefighters. And not everyone that starts out as a firefighter ever promotes. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to be that person that eventually promotes up the ranks and has to fill a leadership position, which again, leadership doesn't matter about rank, but especially those leadership positions where you're a fire officer, it's hard for us to teach you those skills. Seriously, it's hard to teach people those skills. That's why you've got to have those skills. And some ways to get those skills are going to college, by being very intuitive and observational, learning through others, you know, putting your time and effort to research those things. But again, this is what makes leaders successful. I mean, think about it. So soft skills are critical. Find what you can to improve upon those soft skills. Necessity number 9, common sense. Simple, isn't it? But what's the old saying about common sense? If everyone had it, everyone would be doing it. The problem is common sense is not as common because sometimes people have different opinions about what common sense is. But common sense in a perfect world is a basic necessity for being a firefighter. And then last but not least, excellent top-notch character traits. Because again, we don't hire resumes, we hire people. So I encourage you to start Googling character traits, leadership traits, positive traits. Look at all those different words that come across when you find that and research that. You're not perfect. You're not going to walk on water. However, you can continuously strive to be the best that you can be, and look for those terms that you think you can embrace and that maybe you are practicing. Because again, this ties back to a common oral board question of, tell us about your greatest strength or your 3 greatest strengths. Well, hopefully some of these can tie into your greatest strengths, because again, when we hire firefighters, we're looking for those with top-notch character traits. Again, we don't need anyone we don't need to hire any jerks. We don't need to hire anyone that's miserable. We don't need to hire anyone that's got anger management issues. We don't need to hire any assholes. We need to hire good people that we don't mind working with for days on end, and that we're proud to have represent our department both on duty and off duty. It's as simple as that. So, in short, just remember, we don't hire resumes, we hire people. People with excellent character traits who we want on our team. We want to work with them. We want positive can-do attitudes. We want tremendous passion and enthusiasm. Those that come across as just trainable people, they're low maintenance. They feel it, and we feel that can be a great return on our investment, because when we hire someone in the fire service, we're spending thousands and thousands of dollars to train them, to outfit them, and prepare them. And we hope they'll stay on for years to come, because we want a return on that investment, and we want good people to stay. So find out what it takes for you to be the best candidate possible, and hopefully these 10 basic necessities will help you in some form or fashion. So as always, thank you very much for the gift of your time, everybody. My contact information, my social media footprint, I'm a resource. Please feel free to reach out if I can be of any assistance. So until the next episode, take care, be safe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.